Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to another live stream. My name is Greg Olson, pilot. I'm a real-world A320 captain, bringing my love for aviation and flight simulation together for all you wonderful people out there. How's everyone doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are around the world? Welcome to the Eagle's Nest to cap off this week of streaming. We'll be heading down from Tampa. I've been wanting to do some Miami flying for a really long time. However, I have the BM World AmSim scenery, and for some reason in 2024, there's like this weird palm tree glitch where the palm trees look like they go all the way up to outer space. But I've done some testing, and it looks like whatever Sim Update 4 did, it actually helped resolve the issue. Unfortunately, INI builds, even though I got it through them, they do not support any other updates for the BM World AmSim sceneries. So in that aspect, I cannot recommend that you all go and get the BM World AmSim sceneries, just because there's a whole debate in the flight sim community. Did they still intellectual property or not? So we would just avoid that altogether. So unfortunately, that's what I'm stuck with. I really don't like having to pay again for another scenery, and it seems like it's a whole process to go through their website to go ahead and get updates rolling your way. So I just say we'll roll with what I have. I don't really mind the updates, so it is what it is. A nice short hop down the Florida coast this evening. We have Dummy Thick. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome to the chat, good sir. Are you ready? Without further ado, I'm gonna try to make this stream a little bit more of a shorter stream this evening. Hey, I've seen that plane before. I think you may have seen that, but in fact, aren't you typed on the 737? Good sir, the 700, 800, 900, and Max 7. I mean, in the Max series, right? The Max 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there you go. This is Dummy Thick's plane right here. All the information I have from this airplane, I got from him, a real world 737 pilot. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and we will hop onto the flight deck. I'm gonna use my cheat sheet here to get things going. We will start with the overhead all the way back here. We want to make sure that all of our lights are extinguished here. We're in nav. I don't know why it always boots on a nav. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Surface interphone is in the off position. Oxygen panel the engine panel looks good. Oxygen panel is also good. The landing gear we're showing down and 3 green lights, so that is good as well. The flight recorder is guarded. We'll go ahead and test our Mach airspeed warning 1 and 2. Beautiful. And also our stall warning 1 and 2. Beautiful. Let's see, engine oil. Let's go ahead and go down. That's not the right button there. Let's go back inside. We'll go down here. We will put our engine on our secondary page. There we go. Oil quantity looks good. Systems page, our hydraulic quantity, that all looks good. We can go ahead and blink that out, and let's go ahead and set the, did I set the parking brake already? I think the light looks like it's on. So the parking brake is set. And the manual gear extension door is closed. All of that is good. So our preliminary checks are all done right there. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and go over to our cockpit preparation origination flow here. We'll start back up on the overhead panel. The flight control panel, we're going to check. Everything should be guarded and in the normal position. The yaw damper is on our navigation panel. Everything should be in the normal position. The display should be in auto and normal. That all looks good. Coming on down to the fuel panel, we'll go ahead and get the left aft pump going in preparation for starting the APU here. On the electrical panel here, I do remember this now. The flow is starting to come to me. We're going to test system A. Nope, that's not what I want. We want it on both. This is the one I want. We're going to test whatever this says here, and then I'm going to go over to the other side. Beautiful. Testing our fire system there. Make sure that bell cuts out. And then on this side, what does that say there? Oh, the extinguisher test. So this one we have the fault. So we're testing the fault lights there, and then over here is the overheat test. Okay, beautiful. And then the extinguishers, this is telling us the bottles, the extinguishing bottles for left, right, APU. Beautiful. Excellent. And we'll do that for both sides. Alrighty. Both of those look very well. If there's anything you can add to this dummy thick, let me know. Again, I'm just faking it until I make it here. Everything else on the electrical panel looks good. I think I did that out of order. I think we should have did the electrical panel first and then the test, because you do the test right before you start the APU. So everything else on the electrical panel looks good. We did those tests. Let's go ahead and get the APU started. Beautiful. Alrighty. Dude, you might as well have a type rating, right? I mean, no. It's, I will say I just went to lunch with another 737 captain today, so that was very interesting hearing him say, I fly man's airplane. It is. You know, just getting off topic here. So was it last night the stream crashed a few times on me, so ended up kind of just leaving it on a pre-recorded takeoff there. I did go and record another video just in case the stream crashes again. I'll be able to still play something for the ending of the stream there. Hopefully that does not happen, but earlier today was just flying the airplane around trying to figure out what was going on. The sim did crash a few times, but it's been pretty stable after that, and I was hand flying the airplane. Oh my gosh, this airplane hand flies so wonderfully. It is actually nice not having the fly-by-wire and just hand flying the airplane. It just feels, even though it's a simulator, you know, I enjoyed hand flying it around the pattern. So that was absolutely great fun. And then I did a hand flown Cat 3. So that was actually really fun to do. Alrighty. So coming down from our lights, equipment cooling, that all looks good there. The emergency lights are armed and guarded. And I still, the sidebar again, I still think something with FSLTL is not installed properly. The model matching is something's wrong there. So I'm gonna have to find an expert on FSLTL and see what I've done wrong, because I keep getting an error message on vPilot. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. When I say an error message, it's I'm getting model matching error messages, and like a lot of them. So I just really don't know what's going on with FSLTL. So I gotta figure that one out. Flying the actual max is like slapping wings and a tail on a stick of butter. Oh my gosh. You saying it flies beautifully? Just so smooth. Alrighty, so there we go. Let's see. Emergency lights armed and girded. The chime is off. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off until we actually need it. APU is up and on. Let's get those on buses 1 and 2. They're beautiful. The window wipers are in the park position. Coming on up to the window heat, we'll go ahead and turn all of those on. We'll leave the probe heat in the off position. All the other wing and engine anti-ice stay off. Engine driven pumps are on, electric pumps are off. That looks good. And we can go ahead and test our CVR. We're looking for a green light. Beautiful. We have our green light there. Coming on up to the air conditioning panel, we'll leave everything as is. I'm going to go ahead and throw the isolation valve into the auto position. And we'll get the APU bleed going. We got the dual bleed. That's perfectly fine. There you go. You can hear the packs come online. There it does. I'll fly like the captain to fly that, like, oh my goodness gracious. Actual flights. You heard it here first. Actual fights happening to fly the Max aircraft. It flies so well. Well, thank you for saying that, Dummy Thick, because that gives me a lot more confidence stepping onto an aircraft like the Max 7, Max 8, and Max 9, knowing that it is just such a wonderful airplane to fly. Alrighty, cruising altitude this afternoon is going to be, we'll get rid of you, 25,000 feet. So we'll go ahead and do the wrong way. 25's the other way. There we go. 25,000 feet with a landing altitude of 0 because we're going down to Miami. Beautiful. Everything else is in auto, so all of that's good. All of our lights are set how they need to be, so that is also there. We have air conditioning. Yeah, we have dual bleed, so I'll go ahead and cancel that master caution. We can go ahead and recall that. All of those look good. We'll cancel out those. Coming over to the captain's EFIS here. We'll reset this. Make sure it's at 200. We'll go ahead and reset that. Beautiful. We're in inches of mercury. And let's go ahead and see what the weather is doing in Tampa here. The altimeter, 3011. So we'll go ahead and set 3011. There we go. 3011. That is set thrice. Everything else looks good. We'll go ahead and bring you all the way down to 5 nautical miles and put terrain on ND. There, beautiful. Terrain on ND. The terrain display on. Let's see. They're using runway 1, which what I like to, I really do like starting to do this now is putting in the Airbus just does this automatically. So there you go. There's some things that are great about the Airbus doing automatically, like putting in a localizer frequency for your departure. So it's just there for takeoff. So 1089 and 007. So 007 and 1089. Go ahead and throw that in there. Alrighty, so we have that in there for some guidance on takeoff. We'll get the flight directors on. Beautiful. 007, we'll go ahead and reprogram that now, and the heading select here. Beautiful. We'll leave everything else as is. First officer's EFIS, pretty much we'll configure it the same way. So 5 nautical miles terrain on ND looks good. Alrighty, coming on down to the main instrument panel here. The DU should be on norm. They're in the correct orientation. Looks good. The clocks are set to the correct date and time. Nozzle steering is in the norm guarded position. Coming on across here, all of these lights should be extinguished. We'll test our lights on position 1 here, and then position 2, and then we will do an all-around lights test here. Beautiful. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. Over on this panel here, I don't know what this panel is called, just this panel here, we'll reset that and leave it in rate and put the auto brakes in RTO. Beautiful. Flaps are up, no lights here. Landing gear is indicating down through green. It is. Our brake pressure looks better than it has been the last few days. The first officer side, we could do the same thing. Test the system 1 lights, then the system 2 lights. I have no clue what these lights are for, but sometimes they light up. I'm pretty sure these are like, hey, silly, look at your FMS. There's some sort of mode reversion going on with your FMS here. So I've kind of noticed that as well, flying it around. Okay, the DU should be in the norm position. They look to be oriented correctly and both working fine. The clock looks is good. The heads-up guidance system has no lights on it, so that's good. Our ground proximity warning system, GPWS, everything is in the guarded position. That looks good. We'll go ahead and do a short test there. Beautiful. Coming on down to the center pedestal. Our speed brake should be in the fully retracted position. Our thrust levers are in the forward idle position. Flaps are all the way up. The parking brake is set. We already did that. The cut-off switches, the fuel cut-off switches are in the cut-off position. That looks good. Step trim is guarded. We need to go ahead and test the cargo production system. That sounds good. For our radios, let's go ahead and put in the Tampa CTAF, which is going to be 119.5, so we will do that. 119.5, and then we'll put 122.8 in our standby. Beautiful. There we go. 95, 122.8. That is all set and ready to go. Let's see. Coming on down, everything else here looks good. Okay, so aileron and rudder, we want 0 and 0. You got to check the yoke to make sure that's 0, and the rudder here, that your window shows 0. We'll go ahead and throw our TCAS, the TARA. We do have an auto ATC of 4222, so let's go ahead and put that in there. Beautiful. And our weather radar really doesn't work in this airplane, so we do not have to worry about that. Now, with all of that said, let's go ahead, and I do have GSX up and going today. SimBrief is working, so we have that going for us. We'll request boarding and American Airlines. That's who it's going to be. And I'm pretty sure, let's get a door management page. Okay, all that door is open. Let's go ahead and open our cargo doors for them. Okay, those doors are open.
Tampa traffic, American 2451, 5 mile final, 19 right, Tampa.
I really hope they're going to. Oh, there we go. Here comes our flight attendants. Beautiful. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and get into programming our FMS, shall we? Alrighty. I do not know why this keeps coming on. There's probably something going on up there. Alrighty. I can mash the right button. Alrighty, beautiful. So let's get the program. The FMS should be really simple. We'll go FMS. There we go. Position init. We want KTPA. It sounds like someone is coming in to Tampa. There we go. Route. We'll go ahead and request a flight plan there. I bet you the Max 8s are really, really quiet as well. Like, very quiet. If it's anything like the Neo, it's a pretty... you can barely hear the engines once you get around 80 knots. That's about it. Let's see. Invalid entry. Oh, you know what? Okay. Because you need to go here. Did I not do that? Well, let's go here. Electronic flight plan, request some brief data. Now I can do it. Beautiful. Now let's request a flight plan, send brief data. There we go. We'll set payload, set the fuel, and we will select the route. Beautiful. While that's loading in, no ATC online, we'll set 250 in right here. Beautiful. Alrighty, so route uplink ready. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and load that in. Route uplink loading. It is so nice when SimBrief is actually working to uplink everything. Even though this flight plan isn't really long, it's a set to a star. So we will go ahead and activate that. Execute. Go ahead. Departures. It's going to be one left. We will be on the
American 2451, clear of 19 right, Tampa.
Oh, he took 19, and yeah, they aren't using. They are not using. Yeah, see, my model matching is off because I don't see anyone that just landed on 19 right here. So clearly my model matching is off. I'm not enthused with that. I got to do something, because if I was flying in a heavy VATSIM event, there'd be no way that I could do that without seeing who's where. Alrighty, so one left. We're going to be on the Gandhi 8 CB transition. So we'll do the Gandhi 8 CB transition. Go ahead and insert that and execute for the arrival. Let's plan on doing the ILS 9. I'm not going to do a transition, at least for now, because it has like a leg transition in there. I don't think this, yeah, so you get radar vectors eventually somewhere down here. So we will be on the Frogs 4. There we go, Frogs 4. And what are we going to be on? UFP. CB transition. So yeah, like I said, it's a sit to a star. We'll go ahead and execute that. While we're here, we can go ahead and verify all of our fixes. So we want to go plan. Beautiful. And in the plan here, I only meant to zoom in one location. That's okay. We're going to go to legs, and then we'll step right on through that. So here it's going to be a 007 to 540, then a 003 heading. So that's what that looks like. That's why we have that slight bend right there. And then we'll get vectors down to Gandhi, then Pairs, then Murdo, then Sabi, and then from Sabi, that's going to be at or below flight level 250. That looks good there, and 280 knots. Then we're going to go exact, then Matney. What is that? Cleat. And Cleat's going to be between 2128 and 280 knots, so that looks good. Barn is at or above 15,000. Then Jamas at or above 11,000. Then Frogs, then Anoli between 14. Am I missing something? What do we have? Art in there. Oh, here's the transition. Wrong transition. All right, so art between 9 and 11,250 knots. That looks good. Then Aspen at or below 10,000 feet. PBJ at or above 8,000 feet. Shar, Acre, and then lastly leg. Oh, might be able to just put the leg transition in there. Let's go here. Arrival. Leg. Alright, so route, and then let's go legs. I'm gonna step through it real quick, make sure it connects up, because if that's the case, that will lead us right on in. Leg, and then it will be leg, then grit, it looks like. Leg, then Grick, then Inus. Yeah, there we go. We'll go ahead and execute that. That all looks good. Beautiful. From there, Let's go back to our route page performance. We'll go ahead and request some performance here. I'll put this back on the map page. Beautiful. While we wait on that, I will go ahead and minimize you for the time being. And what I am going to need to do, they're all done outside. What I am going to need to do is come down here and get some performance, shall we? We'll import from the flight plan. We'll select runway. I said 1 left for departure. We will import from the aircraft. Beautiful. And AC is on, anti-ice is off, everything else is optimum. We'll import the weather. We won't take credit for a headwind. Beautiful. And we'll go ahead and calculate that out, and we'll leave that on that page for now. Alrighty. So performance uplink. We'll go ahead and load it and execute it. Beautiful. 250 is our cruising altitude. I don't know if that's what we're supposed to be doing already. So 250 is in there, and that's our cruising altitude, cost index 30 if you're unable, a lot of things, because it now has a better calculation here. Already takeoff. We're looking at a TO1 flaps 5 with a temperature of 60. So TO1 with a selected temperature of 60. So that all looks good there. And then on the takeoff page, we have flaps 5. Beautiful. Our CG is going to be 24.4%. Which is going to be give us 5.1 units on the trim. We need 145, 46, and 47. 145, 146, 147. There we go. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and insert those. 157 is what we're looking for here. Beautiful. Go ahead and arm our auto throttles. And that should be it. I like to put this on our performance page here and leave this in the legs page here. And we can go ahead and ask our Ghost FO if he's ready for a... I don't know why the autopilot was disconnected. That was interesting. If he's ready for a briefing, in which he says, yeah, he's ready for a briefing. Excellent. What are your threats? Well, still unfamiliar with the aircraft, and it's a really short flight. Yep. We mitigated the second threat by briefing the whole route, so we won't have too much briefing to do in route there, or too much verification for their arrival there. So that's good. We will push back from the gate and start up our engines. Taxi to runway 1 left. So we'll taxi out probably Victor 2 and Whiskey all the way down to the end. It's a flaps 5 reduced thrust takeoff, or flaps 5 TO1 takeoff. Ghost FO is so compliant. He really is. I never get any pushback from Ghost FO here, man. I never do. And where was it? Flaps 5 TO1 takeoff. Standard reject considerations in the event of an engine failure. After V1, straight ahead to 1,000 feet. Clean up the aircraft, run the QRH, and come back around to 1 left. Otherwise, no ATC online, so we can go up to flight level 250. Unicom is in the standby here. CTAF is in the active. And we have a squawk 4222. So that all looks good there. I wonder if they're still boarding. No, they're even done boarding there. Beautiful. Alrighty. So with that all said and done, I think the only thing left for us to really do is check our oxygen. Beautiful. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and get the fasten seatbelt sign on now that everyone is on board. APU is on buses. Our fuel panel is set. And we can run a B4. Start checklist. Our parking brake is set. Oxygen checked. Navigation transfer and display switches normal on auto. Window heat auto and set. No, window heat is on. Pressurization auto and set. Terrain display set. MCP is set. Displays checked. Auto brake RTO. Fuel quantity and distribution 17,700 pounds unchecked. CDU checked. Engine start levers cut off. Transponder TARA aileron and rudder trim 00. Departure briefing completed. Fastest seatbelt sign on. APU on buses. Fuel panel is set. Flight forms and AML on board. Accepted aircraft is going to be 3 Julia Lima, and PD is off. The before start checklist is to the line, and we are all ready to go here. So we'll go ahead and close up our door. And get our doors closed. Ground ops. Close all. Beautiful. Alrighty, so we can go ahead and prepare for pushback and departure. I think that's what we need to do. Or operate the jet bridge. Boarding is complete. Deboarding and all catering is fuel tray. Okay, operate jetway is no longer available. You know what I need to do? Ground connections. Ground power, release that, and remove the wheel chocks. There goes the jet bridge. We'll go nose to the left. How about that? Beautiful. Now that everything is closed, our doors are all closed and locked there. We go up to the overhead panel, turn the probe window heat on. Our electric pumps can now come on. And our anti-collision light can come on as well. Below the line. Repeat on. Hydraulic panel set. Doors, windows, closed checked. Anti-collision light is on. Before start checklist is complete. Beautiful. Alrighty, I think they're all ready to go outside. Yeah, ooh, we have the other one instead of being lifted up. Okay, I like that a lot better. So let's go ahead and get rid of our ground music here. And we can go ahead and release our parking brakes and begin the pushback. I'm going to turn up the sim volume here. We'll go to the overhead, configure our bleeds by turning off the packs. And now we are ready to start an engine. Beautiful. There we go. Alrighty, we are clear to start. So what I will do, we used the right side yesterday, we'll use the left side today, and we will turn number 2. There we go. Beautiful. Alrighty, once we get to 25% of max motor, we'll go ahead and introduce fuel. The heat blur needs some improvement here. I think they overdid it with the heat blur, but that's alright. Alrighty. Starter cut out, engine 1. Looks like our pushback is complete. Set brakes. Alrighty, brake set. Clear to disconnect the interphone. Air being cleared. Disconnecting interphone. Have a safe flight, Cap. Man, these engines start up so quickly. It's not like the Airbuses where they like motor for a minute or two, or not a minute or two, but the engines are motoring for 20 or 30 or 40 seconds. You get straight up to 25%, introduce fuel, and the engine starts right on up. It's beautiful. Alrighty, I'll bring the sim sounds back down for us. There we go. I see one of our people's walking away. Let's see, there's our person walking in front of us, showing us the flag. Beautiful. Have a salute. Let her know. We acknowledge that. Area is clear. We're clear left, clear right. Flaps 5. We'll get the generators on bus here. Anti-ice we do not need. We'll reconfigure our air conditioning panel. All looks good. We'll get the APU bleed off. Packs are on. We can turn off the APU at this time since we're not using the bleeds and we're not using the generators. Beautiful. Dual bleed is gone. Love everything else there. Alrighty. And quick flight control check. I like to do the box method. Down, right, left, down, clear. Beautiful. We can go ahead and blink out our lower display here. Recall. There's nothing to be recalled. Beautiful. Alrighty. After start checklist. Anti-ice as required. Generators on. Air conditioning and bleeds set. Flaps set. Flight controls checked. Recall checked. After start checklist is complete. We'll do the before takeoff here just so that I'm not trying to do it as we're trying to taxi along here. So before takeoff checklist, takeoff data and bugs, closeout received and checked. Flaps 5, green light. Stab trim. What was it? 5.1 units. About right there. Takeoff briefing completed. HUD. We'll go ahead and set that now. Actually, you know what? No HUD takeoff. We're going to do a no HUD takeoff and landing today. Generators on, ACM bleeds, auto and set. To the line. Beautiful. We're clear on the left. We're clear on the right. Bring up our map here. And we'll taxi Victor 2 and Whiskey. That's probably what it'll be. Tampa traffic, American 3318 will be taxiing to runway 1 left via Victor 2 and Whiskey. Tampa traffic. Beautiful. Alrighty. Yeah, I think I need to delete everything FSLTL related and run a full install. I think I need to direct it to my FS 2024 directory as well. So a lot of stuff with FS 2024, like it seems like a lot of the developers are starting to be able to parse and separate out 2020 versus 2024 directories. Like before, I would just copy and paste from 2020 over into 2024, but now it seems like they want you to tell it where your 2024 directory is, and then it takes care of it. So sim update 4, definitely good in terms of performance. Definitely bad in terms of like how they're rolling over things from 2020 2024. simply because what I did is whatever I wanted from 2020 to go into 2024, I copied and pasted. So like a lot of the liveries, I had a lot of FlightSim.to liveries for the Phoenix, and a lot of them did not transfer over. Only the liveries from the Phoenix installer transferred over, so not too thrilled about that. But you know, it is what it is. I don't have much control over that. Hopefully they either make it onto the livery manager, or you know, there's an update somewhere that will make it work with Sim Update 4. But that's one issue I've ran into. Another one is scenery. Like my Las Vegas scenery, the airport is perfectly fine. However, with the Flight Tampa, it had an entire, it had the strip as well. And ever since Sim Update 4, it's been conflicting with the Sims version of Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Strip. And so what ended up happening is I have a partial double strip, so a lot of the assets are sitting on top of each other, and then on top of that, Allegiant Stadium, which is where the Raiders play, is partially there but partially not there. So if I have if I select one to have installed, I think if I uninstall the Flight Tampa scenery, the airport or the strip, if I leave the airport there but have it not install the strip, then the sim update to the Las Vegas Strip takes over, and I have Allegiant Stadium. But if I use Flight Tampa's version of the strip, then Allegiant Stadium is just a hole in the ground. So I don't know what's going on there, if I need to do an update or something like that. So yeah, there's been there's been a learning curve with Sim Update 4. Hopefully I can figure out all the bugs and issues and stuff that's going on there. So I mean, it is what it is. Alrighty. Let's go ahead. That is simple enough. We'll get rid of you. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Alrighty, below the line, MCP and ND checked the runway, one left. PA completed, lights are set. Before takeoff checklist is complete. So it's very interesting that there is a line. And, you know, I've never flown this airplane a day in my life, but that line is a true line. Like, you can read that checklist as you're crossing the hold short line, which is why there's a line there. That harkens back. Oh man, I haven't had to do a checklist like that since the regional days. I mean, it really was a line checklist. Like, you don't complete it this far back. You complete it as you're crossing. Which is what the intention of that line and the before takeoff checklist is supposed to be for. All right, so no one else is coming in to land, which is good. Let me check flight radar, not flight radar, but the VETSIM radar. Yep, looks good. No one's on the way in. Yeah, no one's on their way in. There's someone on their way to Nashville. Didn't even realize someone else took off already. Beautiful. We'll go ahead, cycle our chime. Yep. And nope. There we go. That one singular light switch will get me every time already. Final is clear. The runway is clear. Let's go ahead and get on out of here, shall we? I'll go ahead and bring the sim volume up here. Too loud. Too loud. Beautiful. We'll do a VNAV and an LNAV. What won't you do? Oh. Oh. This flight director. Oh, instead of turning both flight directors on, for some reason it didn't. Alrighty. Beautiful. Not the best lineup, but there we go. Starting to get the hang of this. Alrighty. 40% on the N1s. And Toga. Rest set. Checked. You're up. See you, Tampa. I'm like, also, is this airplane auto trimming? I do not have auto trimming on at all, or maybe I do in the assistance tool. Flaps 1. Alrighty, we'll get the autopilot on. We'll make a, well, let's just go direct to Gandy, see which direction that takes us. Excellent. Execute, flaps up. It's gonna take us this way. Beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna bring this volume back down to a more reasonable level. Pirates discretion. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you're able to make it this evening, sir. Great Eagle 737 type win. I know, right? This airplane has been so much fun to fly around. I don't know if you missed it earlier. Unable 280 knots at Sabi. That's okay. But I've been, earlier today, I was hand flying this around the pattern in Phoenix trying to figure out why my sim kept crashing. And I just had an absolute blast hand flying it around. It was just so agile and smooth. No, it's not an Airbus fly-by-wire. So you definitely got to think, like, every time you make a turn, you're so used to just bumping the side stick into a turn and then bringing it back to center. So you actually have to hold the joystick. I have a joystick, not a yoke, in wherever it is to keep the aircraft going. And the other thing is, every time you turn, you got to bring a little bit of that back pressure in so that you don't end up dropping the nose during that turn. Beautiful. Tampa traffic, American 3318 departing the pattern to the south Tampa traffic. Alrighty. So we'll go ahead, we'll get off of the CTAF frequency there. We'll pop on over to Unicom. They do have or they did have an approach controller on down there. 12685. It's the frequency for them. 12685. Beautiful. So we'll go ahead and let this aircraft begin its climb all the way up to flight level 250 on this nice short flight. Absolutely beautiful view of the Tampa Bay down there. Before I forget, that's another thing. That's one more step you got to do. Turn the auto brakes off and turn the gear off. There we go. After takeoff checklist, flaps up, no lights, gear off, auto brake off, air conditioning, bleeds and pressurization. Make sure, okay, yep, okay. Unlike last night, tonight we have differential pressure, so that's good. And anti-ice as required, APO as required. The after takeoff checklist is complete. Absolutely beautiful. Let's go back to our wing view. There we go. There's the Tampa Bay right there. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting a 737 type rating anytime soon. I know a few buddies on the 737, and of course you're going to have the Boeing guys and the Airbus guys going back and forth, saying, you know, the Boeing guys will always say, I fly a real airplane, and the Airbus guys go, yeah, but, you know, I can eat my crew meal off of a tray table. So, you know, is it the creature comforts versus an airplane that is a pilot's airplane and meant to be flown? You know, it always go back and forth. Now, if you want the 737 virtual type rating, I suggest you head on over to V1's channel. He's going through training right now. To be he was an Airbus captain, and now he's going through training to be a 737 pilot. So if you want the 737 type rating, dip on over to his channel, and he'll have all the goodies and the fun stuff and how to do failures and stuff like that, because the sim just crashed in it. Nope. Yep, the sim just crashed. Beautiful. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Alrighty, well, let's try this again. Man, I have no clue what it is. I'm going to exit out of view. I'm going to exit out of... Oh, that's interesting. V-Pilot crashed at the same time. I think V-Pilot might be crashing the sim. No, I know. So I think V-Pilot might be crashing the sim. So what we will do is we will... I'm going to leave everything else going, at least for now. What I'll do is I'll start us on the run. Since we were already there, we won't worry about the checklist. I'm going to start us engine spooled, ready to go. I'll just import everything for the takeoff, and then we'll just take off. We won't worry about being on VATSIM. Not worried about that. We'll just import our flight plan, get the departure and arrival in, and get right on out of there, put our performance numbers in, and then get right on out of there. So not too worried about that. I'm going to blank out the screen here for a second. Of course, my download notification is complete. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to blank out my main screen here. There we go. Something in the background is not, and I think it has something to do with V-Pilot. So obviously, I think a VMware file somewhere is not playing nice with the simulator. So that's very frustrating. Or I haven't actually flown. Here's the other part. I haven't actually flown the Airbus since I've gotten the PMDG. I don't know if it's a PMDG thing. The PMDG is not playing nice with my computer. That'll be something to look into. Unfortunately, tomorrow I have a trip, so won't be back until Monday. evening, so I'll probably test it out Monday afternoon, Monday evening, when I get back, just to see. We'll go ahead and select the runway here. Alrighty, and we'll start that. Beautiful. So yeah, we'll see if it's PMDG specific, because like I said, I literally haven't flown any other airplane since I've gotten the PMDG, so I don't even know if other airplanes are doing it or if it's just PMDG that's doing it. Custom, we'll set you to like right there. Ow, my eyeballs. There we go. Beautiful. The HUD, we said we were going to do a no HUD takeoff. Beautiful. All the lights can come on, so I do not have to think about that. Interesting that these are on, but all of these are off. Beautiful. 25,000 feet is what we said here. And we'll go 0 here. Beautiful. All of those are set up the way they need to be. Although I'm going to get these turned off because what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and go down here. FMC, position net. We'll just do a quick down and dirty. Okay, flight control replay is back up and going, so I'll leave that there. We want, should I do route? Request plan. Yeah, that's right. I gotta do this, eh? Let's go here, here, and here. And then we can go back down here. Route from SimBrief. Set payload. Set fuel. Select the route. And we'll do a GSX thing. Just in case. SimBrief, okay. So it still has it. Okay. So that's still set up and ready to go. Once I load it in, when we load the performance data, that's when we'll go ahead and reinsert our takeoff performance, or recalculate, I should say. I do not need this or this. We can go ahead and turn these all the way down to 5 nautical miles. Terrain should be on. We'll go 250. Beautiful. Let me think. It goes, yeah, both everyone in chat. No, I know. I mean, I am going to figure it out one day, why this is constantly crashing. 007, we're not going to worry about setting the ILS frequency this time. So we'll go ahead and activate our route and execute that. Departure 1 left. Candy 8, Sabi transition, route. We'll do an arrival, ILS 9, leg transition on the frogs for Sabi transition, route, insert, performance initialization, request the performance. While that's getting requested, we can go to our performance tool. We can import from our OFP here. Yeah, well, it already knows. We want 1 left for departure. We'll import our weather. No credit for headwind. Beautiful. And then our air conditioning is on. We'll import from the aircraft. That all looks good, and calculate that. Hit that one more time. Beautiful. Let's go here. We will load it. And we want 250 in there. Did that work? Nope. So, I gotta execute it. There we go. Execute that. Alrighty. Now, yep, we're going to get all the errors all over again. We're looking at a TO1 with a 61D right now. Beautiful. And then flaps 5, 24.4%. 4.9 units on the trim. Somehow this airplane's loaded ever so slightly different. That's okay. Alrighty, so we want 4.9. Roll you up to 4.9. Beautiful. Flaps 5. Green light. Auto brake RTO. I think that's, well, I like putting this on the takeoff page. FMC. Annette. There we go. We can put you on the legs page. Beautiful. I think we have everything. 3011 is the altimeter. So we will reset the altimeter be 3011. It is kind of nice that somehow the airplane just knows where the ground is. And so it knows when if you don't know the altimeter, you can just move it so that the ground is right there. That's kind of cool. Alrighty. I think we did get everything. Is that everything? Are we all set and ready to go here, Dummy Thick? Make sure I got everything. I'll go ahead and put you back on the main page. Do one more exterior check real quick here. Beautiful. This is going to be an offline flight now, as I think it may have something to do with the sim being online. Something with my model match and ain't right, or something that's going on where VPilot is crashing the sim. Too much load. I have no clue. We'll see. Alrighty, so here we go. Tick 2 again. Sim volume is up. Flight directors and LNAV VNAV. So go. Thrust set. Checked. You're out. Autopilot A is on. There we go. We'll be accelerating direct to Gandy. That looks good. RTO can go off. Gear can go off. Beautiful. Yeah. We're going to get the normal stuff there. We are at flaps 1 maneuvering speed. Flaps 1. You say, sorry, I've been running around getting ready for tomorrow's trip, so I've only been listening, not watching. Yeah, I really do need to do that after this stream. I need to go and get the suitcase ready. Got a beach overnight. Let's go ahead and go flaps up. Beautiful. So I got a south and north overnight, so got to be prepared for the beach and the snow on this trip. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Beautiful. Alrighty, one more time we can do an after takeoff checklist. The flaps are up, no lights, gear is off, auto brake off, air conditioning is checked, anti-ice as required, but air conditioning bleeds in pressurization. We do have differential pressure, so that's good, checked. Anti-ice as required, APS required after takeoff checklist is complete. There we go. So, we're about, I mean, a few minutes later than what it would have been. So right now we're climbing out. Everything is looking beautiful, at least for now. Let's see. We'll do what we did before at 4222, and I need to put that in TARA, don't I? Beautiful. So we're not online, so I'm not too worried about that. And the beauty of it is we'll just be able to do whatever we want to do there. Again, like I said, if the sim crashes at this point, then I am probably going to just play the video I have recorded earlier for the just in case this happens type of situation. But it's very interesting. Flew around this morning for a decent amount of time without any crashes, so I do not know what triggers this airplane to just stop. Something's locking something up. I have no clue what it is. So if I do very few streams next week, it's because I'm still trying to troubleshoot why the sim's crashing every so often. So there we go. Beautiful departure. Where were we? We were looking at this. We were looking at the Tampa Bay there. Some sounds back down. Sorry about that. There you go. Beautiful. Looks like we are through 10,000 feet. We will do our stereo chime. I like to leave that in the off position, and we'll put you in the on position. Don't know why you weren't, but there we go. Beautiful. What's the temperature outside? It's at a plus 21. Yeah, we're good. Look at there. I think that airport right below the wing is MacDill Air Force Base. They've gotten really good over the last few, it feels like all of last year, maybe even the year before, of clearing us for their approach, but not giving us that weird restriction. I don't know if they've redone the airspace here, but it used to be they clear you for their approach and then tell you to maintain an altitude until you're north of MacDill, which is annoying because that leaves you high on the glide slope. So I think enough of the airlines safety committees got together and told Tampa to stop doing that because you're causing unstable approaches. So yeah, that's I haven't gotten that clearance in quite some time going down to the Tampa area. Beautiful wing flex. All right. Well, where are we heading on this trip in terms of overnights there, Dummy Thick? Are you going anywhere fun and exciting? Or are you going to be spending 30 hours in Fargo, North Dakota? I hear it's lovely this time of year, Fargo, North Dakota. Let's go ahead and we can resume our in-flight music here. Beautiful. Oh, it doesn't know what it wants to do in terms of speed. That speed is just jumping around that 1 or so knot there, which is changing the top of climb. We're pretty much gonna get to the top of climb, cruise for a little bit, and then come right back down. I don't know why. How about this? Don't know why it's trying to climb up at 300 something knots. We'll do this. That'll change our top of climb just a little bit there. Beautiful. That'll get us on up to 25,000 feet. A little quicker than it would otherwise. Beautiful evening. Or morning. I have the sim set to morning, at least right now. Down in southern Florida. This morning when I was doing some of my sim testing, I was out in the Phoenix area, and so the sun was just barely rising in the Phoenix area. And it was the sunrise was absolutely beautiful. The sky colors, amazing. The sun should be off on this side. Yeah, that's where the sun is. So, because there's a sunrise, but the colors were absolutely amazing, right? Just at sunrise. Absolutely beautiful. I think what we're passing now is Fort Myers or Sarasota. Sarasota, yeah, that's right. Sarasota would be the next city just south of Tampa. So that's what you see right just below the right wing there would be Sarasota, Florida. Then just a little bit further down is going to be Fort Myers, Florida. So, if I could bring the map back up. Oop, there we go. And turn you off. So that's what we see down there, Sarasota. And this big island that you see right here. Siesta Key, there we go. That is Siesta Key right off our left wing there. And then just a little bit, we'll be right over Fort Myers, which is right down here. So it's interesting, this departure / arrival definitely has you going and threading that airspace between Sarasota and Fort Myers to come on down over the Everglades, Alligator Alley, whatever you want to call it here, and then we'll land runway 9 there. So there we go. We'll hide that. Actually, no, I want to bring that back because I think we're through transition altitude. In fact, we are. Let's just go ahead and go standard. Beautiful. And let's pull up the weather in Miami. ATIS. Yeah, there's some VATS and ATIS's here. We're not online because I have no clue what's going on there. 3013 110 at 7. 10 miles visibility. It's pretty much clear and 24 degrees down there. So absolutely wonderful. Hotel is their rival ATIS. Alrighty. There we go. 24 to 4, 25, and I should probably turn these off. There we go. Beautiful. Look at there. Look at that. It's a cloudy day down in southern Florida right now. Beautiful. Alrighty, now that we are cruising along, we don't have too long until our top of descent. Let's go ahead and pre-select the bottom altitude of our SID here, or the star, not the SID, the star. Leg is at 4,000 feet, and grit's at 3,000. So let's just go ahead. We'll set leg at 4,000 for now. Beautiful. And what I will do is let's go ahead and we'll go auto brakes 2. I like auto brakes 2. It's a good happy medium there. Performance tool. We want landing 9. No credit. Auto brakes 2 is what we're using. And AC is always on. There we go. Flaps 40 is what we'll be using too. Let's import the aircraft details and import the weather. We can calculate that. Oh, landing weight is greater than landing limit of 146.3. That's 20, really, by 20 pounds. How did we gain weight? How are we in flight but gaining weight? Oh, I guess I should turn the speed interval off. Alrighty. Somehow we're going to be 20 pounds overweight. Ooh. 146,300. Okay. Well. There we go. Now calculate. Alrighty, a ref of 147, we need 7,150. We got 11,398 feet. That should be fine for our arrival. We already reviewed that on the ground in Tampa, the arrival at least. Let's go ahead and bring up our tablet again. And we need to set 110.9. So 110.9 and 110.9 with the final approach course is 092. Beautiful. There we go. The arrival has been reviewed with all the restrictions in place there. We'll be doing well, let's go back to our regular view for this. We'll do the visual approach and back it up with the ILS to runway 9. It is going to be a purely visual approach, so no need to do the full thing there. It's going to be flaps 40, auto brakes 2. Missed approach, climb now 800, climbing right turn to 3000, direct to the Virginia Key VOR and hold. When we do land, plan a left-hand turn off. And we'll take it somewhere up here. It's where American usually parks and all the other airlines. You get like British Airways and other people that park all over the place down here. It's actually a pretty big airport. So yeah, we'll probably park it somewhere down here. In fact, let me see. Is it going to show up on the map if I bring in GSX? Yeah, okay. So it was interesting. GSX went and pulled it up last night simply because... let's call it... let's call it this one. How about that? We will select. Beautiful. American. There we go. It's all set. So I do realize now that GSX did not bring up Phoenix last night because there was no flight plan and the GSX system, so it didn't know where we were going. So now that we have a flight plan in there, we were actually able to choose our parking gate before we actually got there. So that's actually really awesome. Approaching our Tampa descent here in just a few more miles. Let's go up to, let's watch the nose drop down here as we begin our descent. Absolutely fantastic. Dummy Thick says crew meals, that's how. Oh man, the crew meals will definitely get you. The crew meals will definitely get you here. Got a buddy at a different airline, and whenever I bring that up, he says, "Your company feeds you?" So not everyone gets that perk, it seems like. Although, on my last trip, literally on the last day of the trip, the last day, we only had 2 legs, and but on both legs, we were due crew meals. Didn't get them. So it was very interesting that there's they fully catered the aircraft, but didn't put any meals on the crew meals on the aircraft. So yep, gotta put in for that. That's paperwork. I don't like having to do paperwork. You said, "Oh, that's the best when they don't load it up." Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, honestly, I much rather would have had the crew meals because of when we started and how long our flights were. I much rather have had the crew meals versus putting in for the reimbursement. But you know, it is what it is. At the point that they don't load the crew meals, they don't load the crew meals. There's nothing we can really do about that. That's a catering issue, not a me issue. I know. Oh wow, that's a decent amount not showing up. That is a decent amount not showing up. Yeah. So. Beautiful. I love this airplane. It's just like once you're in cruise and then you can set the bottom of the SID and it just goes. That is why did Airbus not do that? I have no clue. Airbus had to be different. It is just really nice just being able to set the bottom and letting that go. Now, in all actuality, ATC will start dictating when you need to start going down, so that will always change. And I don't know like how you descend in this airplane. Like, obviously you don't want to do flight level change because I think that drives the thrust levers to idle, and then you do an idle descent, which is always not like, you know, warranted. So do you do like a speed intervent descent? Do you like, I don't know, how do you descend when you don't want to follow the vertical path here, or you're way before your top of descent and you get a descent? I don't know how that works. Do you press speed and do a speed descent? I have no clue. I have no clue what they do. And now that they got rid of the concur part of things, is so much easier. Having one app is very nice. Let's see. We're through 18,000 feet. Beautiful. Yeah, that stays up. These go down and down. Beautiful. We just keep it in VNAV and it does everything. Even if you are like told to descend before your top of descent early, like if you, like, let's say you're cruising along at 25 and then ATC is like, oh, descend and maintain flight level like 210. Oh, what was the altimeter? I already forgot what the altimeter was. Nope, not you. First of all, I want this weather. 3013. There we go. So we'll set 3013. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alrighty, and then we can do a descent checklist. Alrighty, so with our descent checklist, let's see, altimeters. We have 3014, approach preparation completed, pressurization is checked, terrain display selected, lights are set, descent checklist is complete. Beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead, we'll slowly bring the range in on this in as we make our descent. That way we can keep track of everything. Well, if you just want to stay in the VNAV but start down early, you can either just click the speed intervention, and as long as your first altitude restriction is below what ATC told you to descend. Okay, so that's what you would do. You would do speed intervention or speed intervent, and then the lower altitude. So would you select the lower altitude first and then speed intervent? Is that, or speed intervention? Is that how it goes? I have so much to learn about a 737. The next thing is going to be RNAVs. I really need to sit down and figure out how to do RNAV approaches in this thing, because it's a little bit different than the Airbus, I think. Or you could chase the top of descent and recruise the FMS. The FMS will give you 1,000 foot per minute descent. Says drag required. Oh, yeah, okay. Here we go. This always messes up the throttle. I have no clue why it does that. It does it. It will not do it on the ground. Only when the engines are running will it do that, and then the auto thrust disconnects, and then you gotta rearm the auto thrust all over again. And it's only the first time I do it. If I do it any subsequent time, it won't do it. But just that time, it will turn that off. Yeah, altitude first in the window, then click the altitude intervention. Oh, okay. So is it alt intervention or speed intervention? Oh, I did not realize there's a button there. Oh my goodness gracious. I just learned that there is a button right here. I did not realize this button exists right here. Wow. I knew this one existed. I did not know this one existed. Thank you. Learning has occurred. Learning has occurred. Unable 250. Yes, you can. Here we go. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. There we go. I was trying to walk the speed back. Let's go ahead and do that. And chime. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna do the integrated one. Let's see. Let's do integrated and load, record. Can I take this out? Yeah, no, I can't. I can't take that out. But let's go. I don't like that. Here, let's do this then. I'm gonna do this. And we'll start a recording because it can be, yeah. Beautiful. I don't know. Is it flight recorder replay that's doing it? I have no clue. But you saw how the sim froze for a while. Beautiful. We're back on our FMC speed. We're through our 10,000 feet. Before landing checklist. Approach brief. completed. Seatbelt signs on. PA completed. Recall. Go ahead and do that. That is checked. Auto brakes as required. HUD is not set in the radios and displays. Set and cross-checked to the line. Learning has indeed occurred. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As we are now out over the Everglades, there's just so much out here to see, as you can tell. I'm pretty sure that airport is an old airport that was used that was supposed to be where the Concorde was going to fly into. As you can tell, it's super close to Miami, which is why it's a one singular, very long runway. The Concorde was supposed to use it because it's out in the middle of nowhere, so no one really cared how much noise it would make. And now it's just an abandoned airport. I think that's is it Tampa-Miami? No, we're way out for Tampa-Miami. Let's see. Yeah, training and transition. So that's what it is now. But originally, that airport, I think, was designed for the Concorde. But they call it Training and Transition Center. I think there might be a flight school that comes in here, and I think it has 2 ILSs, so they use it for instrument training essentially. But yeah, it's just a large airport in the middle of nowhere. Never really did anything. As you can tell, it's not really close to Miami. Who's gonna drive this far out just to take the Concorde? So that airport was kind of doomed from the start there. Little bit of history for you about some airports in the greater Miami area. Let's see, 240 knots. We're looking good. We are on our descent profile there. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let this play itself on out. We have our replay going, so that is good as well. We'll go ahead and stop the in-flight music. We'll get that going again once we do get on the ground. And I already forgot what gate we're going to. I think it's one of the inner gates there. I already forgot, man. It's not like it's been that long of a flight. Let's see. There we go. Zoom you out just a little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going somewhere right here. So, left turn off. Tango 7 or uniform. We can take uniform straight on into the ramp, and then we'll take whatever this taxiway is here. Either this one or whiskey, and then we can take that around the ramp on in. So beautiful. What I'm gonna start doing now as we are approaching the airport is it will be nice to begin slowing down. So I'm gonna do a speed interval, and we'll begin slowing up to flaps 1 speed here. Get our speed brakes out while also monitoring our path. Again, because I'm so new, I want to make sure I'm able to slow this thing on up. One more knot here. There we go. Without coming on the ILS so quickly. And what I will also do is we'll go ahead, arm the approach, and what is FA? Doesn't it? What does that mean? What does FAC mean? What? What is going on? Shouldn't I say localizer? Why does it say FAC? What is going on? I don't know what FAC means, but whatever it is, we have captured it. Let me put a 092 heading in here. Other way around, 092. Put you on 10-mile range. Beautiful. $3,000 over grit. That's the next one. Glide path is starting to come in now. I'm gonna just bring our speed straight back to 170. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Didn't do this. Clear. And then 40. Insert. There we go. Alrighty, flaps 1. Oh, there's like barely any flap. Oh, there they go. Wow, the flaps take, so the slats do take a while to come out. We have glide path, so that's good. MCP speed, not worried about that. Flaps 2. Flaps 5. I think that's actual flaps that are coming down. Yeah, the flaps should now start coming down. Now we have actual drag. 170 knots. Airports in sight.
2,500.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's weird that we got FAC and then glide path. I mean, it is flying the ILS, so I do not know what that means here. And prefer aircraft. Somehow we're heavier? I don't know. It is what it is. Alrighty. Sim volume is coming up. I'm going to go ahead and select our final approach speed here of 147, which is +5 there. Gear down. Flaps 15. Flaps 25. Flaps 30.
1,000.
Yeah, still running them flaps. Alright, flaps 40. Below the line. Speed brakes. Armed green light. Gear is down through green. Flaps 40 green light. Before landing checklist is complete. Beautiful. Alrighty. Now we'll go ahead and do this on manual. Auto thrust off. Autopilot's off. Instantly the nose pitched up when I turned the autopilot off. That was very interesting.
400. 100. One hundred. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Deployed. Manual braking. Auto brakes are off. Beautiful ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome to Miami. We'll make this left-hand turn off just as we planned on a uniform. We'll take uniform straight on across to Papa Whiskey into the gate. Beautiful. So thus far, crossing our fingers here that we have no crashes. And I'm sure the second I say we have no crashes is exactly when we're going to start having our crashes. So we'll make sure that we are clear on the left and clear on the right. We are clear to cross, and our flaps can come up. And still the speed brakes there. Flight directors can come off. Beautiful. Auto brakes are off. And let's go ahead and get our APU going. Just like your name says, you dummy. Heck, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wonder if that's what FAC means. I don't know. Oh man, there we go. So we'll make this left turn on Papa, take Papa and Whiskey to the ramp here. Oh yeah, there's no way we could, that looks like it's all parking on the inner ramp. So we'll just go, we'll take this taxiway here. And then this first right, is it the first right? No. Well, maybe. I think we can go in here. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can go in here. So we'll take this first right in. And then we have crossed that other runway, so go ahead. And nope. Sorry about that. There we go. Is the APU up and on? It is. And now it is on buses. Beautiful. Now to just figure out where I'm actually parking. It's wherever the people are. I can tell you about that much. Beautiful. I see a person there, but that's not our team. I should see the whole works standing there. I think we're 3 gates down. It looks like we're three gates down, so that's what we'll do. Is there a person there? I don't see a person. Are they inside the building? I think they're inside the building. Well, okay. This may be a guesstimate then. Why would they be inside the building? Of course, I'm not going to get the little parking assistance above the head there. So what we'll do is we'll just go outside. How about that? Just park it on one of the T's. Park it wherever it feels right. Beautiful. So, with that said, we will go ahead and set our parking brake here. I forgot to roll it up 5 units on the trim. That's part of our after landing there. And this is pretty extensive. Alrighty, so we'll go up top. The brakes are set. Fasten seatbelt sign can come off. We are on buses. So now we can shut off our engines, 1 and then 2. Or 2 and then 1, however that goes. Transponder can go into standby. Air conditioning panel. Go ahead and check and set our bleeds the way we need them to be set. Window heat can come off at this time. Rear P can come off. Engine anti-ice is off. The electric hydraulic pumps are off. The start switches are in the off position. And yeah, there we go. Oh, last thing, fuel pumps. Aha, fuel pumps right here. Beautiful. And then we can go right into a shutdown checklist. This is on the other side. Oh, wow. They're pretty extensive checklists. Breaker brake is set. Fasten seatbelt sign. Fasten seatbelts off. Electrical on APU, on buses, I guess. On APU, I don't know what that means. Engine start levers cut off. Flaps up, no lights. Anti-collision light, ooh, off. I forgot the anti-collision light here. Now we can turn that off. That's on steady. Yeah, all of that looks good. Oh, this can come off too. And this, I'm blinding the taxiway light there. Alrighty, anti-collision light off. Fuel pumps as required. IRUs will leave on. Window heat is off. Rear heat off. Anti-ice is off. Electric hydraulic pumps off. Air conditioning panel set. Emergency lights will leave on. Engine start switches are in off. Weather radar is off. Flight directors, did I turn them off? Yep, they're off. Auto brake off. O2 engine oil hydraulic quantities. So the O2 all the way up here look good. Engine oil down here look good, and that looks good as well. We can blank that out. Checked. Step trim 5 units. Transponders and standby. HUD is stowed. There we go. And we have everything else there, though. The shutdown checklist is complete, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. I really should be grabbing everything here. GSX. There we go. But before that happens, let's go ahead and stop the recording. Of course, that's going to freeze the sim up for a second. Camjack Flight Sim. Hello. How are you doing this evening? Hey, sir. Wonderful to get to check in with you tonight. Sorry I'm checking in so late. No worries, Camjack. But once again, a long work day. We got to get started again early tomorrow. You have been quite a busy person, sir. Quite a busy person, but hopefully sometime this week you'll be able to get a stream in. If you do stream tomorrow, let me know. I won't be around to join you, but I will. I'll be able to watch. I'll be on an overnight, so we can request deboarding. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, you know what? PMDG and their chocks, man. Everything is just, so we have chock set, inhibited, because reasons. Why are the chocks inhibited? We have chocks. I have no clue. GSX. Deboarding requested. Nothing's happening. I'm gonna restart that. I don't know what's going on. Inhibited? No. It's gonna be JetBridge. Jetway. That's why. This is such a picky thing. Door management here. Disarm all. Beautiful. Now we can do, okay. Now let's go in here and request deboarding. Reload some brief. Reload some brief. Okay, whatever. And for some reason, the JetBridge is just leaving. It's just leaving. You know what? PMDG. I'm pretty tired of how you guys do your sim brief integration. It's probably hands down the worst sim brief integration. It's just not intuitive. After you fly the Phoenix is just so integrated with the GSX sim brief, GSX, and the Phoenix all work very well together. However, you have this, and I finally got the JetBridge up, but it's not gonna do. It's not gonna. Deboarding passengers now, they say. Alrighty. Alright, ground vehicles. We'll go ahead and now I want door management. Okay, all the correct doors are open. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see, are they actually deplaning? Yay, nay? I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that. Well, they're deplaning the bags, so we have that. That's about all we have. So, the recording is ended. The bags are being deplaned right now. We'll go ahead and start some music up as well right now. Beautiful. And yeah, so yeah, I'll be on an overnight cam check. So if you stream Saturday, I'll definitely be able to watch you there. So my work schedule has just gotten the best of my simulation time. Yeah, but I did upgrade today to the new DLSS 4.5. Now I gotta get time to test it. Awesome. Yeah, I know DLSS can be a game changer for a lot of people. Being able to actually run the sim fairly smoothly there, because DLSS adds that extra the extra one, or depending on your GPU, or 2 frames per frame, which just makes it a lot more smooth. The thing that I didn't like about DLSS, you know, is you would get artifacting from the engine right here, and it looked weird. It was a thing. It really didn't take away from the simulation that much. But for the frame gain, I will take some artifacting just to have a smooth performance there. But yeah, I'm trying to run everything as natively as possible there. Let's see. Let me get rid of our Fly Live overlay here. Boom, that's gone. We got some turn music, or not turn music, but some ground music while we wait here. Yeah, the iFly Max is, forgot to reset the toe pin after pushback. No swivel steering doesn't work until I do that. Wow, that's very interesting with the iFly there. I haven't used GSX, always looks like too much trouble. Let me tell you, Captain Jack Flight Sim, yeah, buddy, it is, a lot of times, it seems to... with the Phoenix, it works just so well that you forget, like, you know, PMDG, the way they integrate things and the way they have everything, like the chocks aren't automatic, so you got to go in and remove them manually, or else you won't push back, and you got to set them manually, or else nothing else will happen when you get to the gate. So it's just very interesting that PMDG uses the chocks to inhibit the rest of GSX. So it's just like not as intuitive or not as integrated as I would want it to be, where the Phoenix has everything is almost automated, right? Like you get to the arrival gate and it will automatically bring the jet bridge up, open the door, and begin deplaning. You don't have to do anything. It just does it, right? So that's one of the big differences between Phoenix and PMDG. So one up to Phoenix there. Any chance you're going to try to go to Flight Sim Expo this year? I'm going to go. I'm hoping to go at it this time. I would love to get to meet some of the people. We will see. Where is it again? Is it in Orlando this year? So I mean, we'll see. I might try to I might not go, but what I will try to do is pick up. No, it's in Minneapolis. Wow. I think who was that? There was a few people I was watching, a few streamers that I was watching that were really hoping that it would be in a nice warm place like Orlando. And I think that's why Orlando is kind of stuck in my head. But no, I think it's in Minneapolis this year. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Captain Jack. But I'm pretty sure it's in Minneapolis. So maybe I'll try to pick up a Minneapolis overnight and head there and walk around the expo floor as incognito as possible. No one knows what I look like, so I'll just be another guest in attendance there. But I was able to finally make it up. What was it, last month? Earlier this month, I was finally able to make it up to Providence, Rhode Island. So I had a nice long Providence, Rhode Island overnight. And surprise, surprise, wouldn't you know, where we stay is literally at the Flight Sim Expo Convention Center. So that was kind of fun to be up there, even though it was a different convention going on. I got to be there, just not at the same time as all the other Flight Sim enthusiasts. There we go. It looks like they are done offloading our bags, or probably closing on up down there. What I will probably do now, yeah, I didn't have any flight attendants or anything like that on board, so the people that have been off, beautiful. We'll go through the cabin one more time, make sure all of our people are off the airplane, and then what we'll do is I'll get it in a ready for takeoff configuration, and then we'll go ahead and that's interesting. Hand sanitizer. Oh, how nice. Hand sanitizer right outside the door. Really cool. You know, I wonder if it says anything. Nope, it doesn't say really anything funny. I have noticed that PMDG they left a few Easter eggs in the aircraft here, so which are absolutely funny to read. So no more people on the aircraft. Let's go back to the front here. One of the Easter eggs being these papers right here. You can read them. I'm not going to read them right now, but they are on the airplane. You can actually go up and read them. And it's kind of funny how they have that set up. So let's go ahead, and we want to go First, let's go ahead and close this out. I don't need you anymore. Beautiful. Fly live. Don't need you anymore. And we will go into menu. FS actions. No. PMDG setup. Yep. State load. We want approach long. Apron long. Oh no, we want approach. Boop. So we will execute that. Beautiful. All right. Beautiful. So now with that all set and ready to go. Okay, fuel low. Whatever. Don't need that much fuel. We will close. How? Okay, everything's closed. Everything's armed. We're ready to go. Let's go ahead and load our replay here. I do not want the HUD down, so whenever the replay gets to going, I will stow that HUD. We'll have to get to shake your hand and say hello. If I am there, I will 100%. I will 100% let you know via Discord. Obviously, I'll let you know via Discord, and we can hang out, have a few drinks, or lunch or dinner or something like that. I really don't mind, and just sit down and chat and have a good old time. Let's see here. Speaking of which, I don't know if I told you this. I was just out in Denver on my last trip. So was in downtown Denver, right down near that outdoor mall. That's quite a lovely place to be. Let's go that. Yeah, we'll do that for a view. So yeah, that little outdoor mall, I mean, it's a nice little place to be. And it was actually really nice out there in Denver. It wasn't cold, but it wasn't warm either. So very nice temperature, very mild, very temperate. I think I may have held it off just a little too long there. I was trying to, obviously we were all going for, we all try to go for that butter every once in a while. Beautiful. Yeah, so you can see I dipped down just a little bit below the glide slope there with the full intention of drawing that flare out to try to butter it on. And let me tell you, man, this airplane, I think I got my curves set just where I want them for this. I held taking the power out, I think, a little bit too long. Wow, look at that, rolled it on. Absolutely beautiful there. Alrighty, we'll do this drone shot here. Beautiful. Oh, no engines, no gear. That's that dynamic LOD. I'm pretty sure that's a result of the dynamic LOD. Beautiful. Little float, but right just on center line. Absolutely beautiful there. We will rewind this back one more time. Beautiful. We'll rewind it one more time, get that over the nose shot, and call it an evening. The flying offline, maybe I'll have to fly offline more often. I'm gonna try to get FSLTL to work. If I'm gonna be flying offline, I'm gonna try to get FSLTL to work. But I guess the other side of that coin is if I do get FSLTL to work, then you know, I should be able to fly online, because I definitely do think that FSLTL is the reason we have been getting the crashes there. But let's go ahead and let this play on out to its natural conclusion. Cam Jack Flight Sim, Dummy Thick, Pirates Discretion. Thank you all for coming out. For all of those who just tuned in to watch and did not participate in the chat, thank you all very much, each and every one of you. I really do appreciate you spending your evening with me here on the Gray Eagle Sim Pilot channel. I do have work tomorrow, so it won't be until Tuesday. And if you want to see some turn and burn, maybe I'll do it in the Airbus versus the 737. Just because that's my nice little safe little comfort spot there. So if you want to see turn and burn, maybe we can do it in the Airbus. Otherwise, it'll be another one-legger, maybe a slightly longer one-legger, but you know, I'm trying to keep it all about 1 hour. So until I see you all at the very next live stream, please remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Until then, my name is Gray Eagle Sim Pilot. Peace. There's the trees I was telling you about. So no, they haven't fixed it. That's fantastic.